Okay then, Scott. So the question we asked you at the start, looking at your long shot setup that you had and then your short shot setup, which is the two? And you're like, if you look at these now, hopefully you can see. Okay, although this is still a short shot setup for you in your mind, but it looks like you're playing a big shot. Yeah. There's quite a distinction between the ball being towards your back foot there, the shaft now being forward. You're just creating a position now to hit a shorter shot.
I understand now what you meant to do on a short shot. You're doing it. I need practice.
Of course, exactly. The principle there is sort of embedded. Obviously this will happen, but the golf swing, as we said, is always going to be a circle around your body. Whereabouts you stop on that circle on the way back determines the power. Okay, so if we say that ball there's 6 o'clock. If the club don't move, the ball don't move. Okay, you went back and we were looking for like 30 yards, 25, 30 yards. Okay, you said, I think the club should go back, or you actually asked the question, does the club go back less? Do I swing it back to about here was where you said, That's what you sort of said. Okay. And you got this situation, and exactly as we saw before, and your club was like, it's about 11 o'clock. So you've now got almost double the power. So what wanted to be a 30-yard shot now is going to...
70 or something, didn't it?
Exactly. So we put that line there again now. Shorter setup, hands by that left thigh. The sight was moving, but you'll still see it. Obviously, there's where you're going back. There we go. Oh, there you go. Up in there. There you go. Come on. There you go. So the club's gone there. So it's gone a little bit, well, exactly, compared to up there and stuff, I mean, you're 2 hours less. All right? So the club now is in a lot shorter position, so now you just got less power. If we saw, just clear all that, which ball's going further, which shot looks stronger, well, that shot looks a lot, but then from here now you get a bit panicky, I don't want to go too far, you stop everything, the club swishes through, that ball shoots off the golf ball, quite a low angle, and you're like, whoa, momentum of the club being so fast, the club ends up here, and you're like, oh, God, it's gone too far. But by this point, when you're looking down there and you've seen the ball, it is too late, unfortunately. That ball's, he's been hit and he's gone, all right? This one here now, look at the loft of that golf ball now off the club face. Much more height on the golf ball, okay? Look at the club finish in there. Much more control. Your torso and chest have turned through. Your hands are now in front of your body there, okay? Just a general smaller swing. But that's all being created by a smaller setup, a smaller backswing, and just less power and energy being created. You're still turning your torso, you're still twisting your body, but if you stop the body to try and take power off and flip the wrists, that's when it goes a long way. Just a quick reminder again in terms of the grip, it's on all shots obviously, that left hand when you're holding the club, if I'm looking up there, up the shaft like that, your left hand should be on that red line, which you can see it is on there, okay? If the left hand is too far around this side, so the top of the grip there is visible, you're holding in this kind of like awkward, not going to grip position, okay?
So is that like too sort of like better?
This was fine, What you had in the past was your hand would be sort of too far around here, so I can actually see if I did this now, I would see grip rather where that grip goes there. Your hand is covering it. This part of the hand here, wouldn't be there. It'd be further round to the left.
So you're not expecting to get straight, like your arm straight with the.
Oh no! It should be It should be sort of like this way. Your arm's going to be out to the side, but your wrist, you can see there's a bit of a kind of an angle there in your wrist, which when your arm hang down, there's kind of that natural angle there anyway. And when you put your right hand there, hang it down, it was hanging this way, and then everyone's left hand goes whoop, and tucks underneath. And again, it doesn't even look natural. No. Just next time you grab your golf bag, just try and put the golf bag with your palm facing upwards. You're like, ow, you barely even hold it. It'd be like, that's your forearm. So getting the fingers, your arms to hang down here. The thumb is going to be just off to the right hand side as you're looking down, not because you've just gone and done this. It's just moving like a rudder. You're not going to go just move one thing. That does nothing. Okay, move your hand over by where you're gripping it. Okay, mate, does that make sense here? Good, Theory's there now. It's just practicing that. I think if we get a chance to go to the range, use your warm up of these 20-yard shots, 30-yard shots, 50-yard shots, etc. They're not fun. I get that, but if you're using them as a warm up, you're going to get a benefit from hitting better shots down the range in terms of later on in the basket. And you're going to practice these shots. It's like a double bummy, yeah? You know, you're going to utilise two things doing one thing that you're not really a fan of, okay? Rather than going, I'll work on my short game. But hitting the green in one and walking off with a 9, that's where the score's going to be made, isn't it? Okay, as good as your long game might be coming and getting the ball better now, if you can't chip and putt and get the ball in the hole, every hole has to finish with a putt or a chip.
I was thinking the sliding range was available at the end of this actually, just because it's dating the rest of the lessons.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth doing that if you can. A lot of guys like doing that kind of thing. After I'll leave you guys and hit some shots here now, and you can stay for it longer if you wanted to, okay? But on the day of the lesson or the next day, hit some shots that were still fresh in your mind, okay? I'll send the video through it last time, okay? Keep in touch when you're down the range. Do some videos, some face-ons we're looking at today from the short game. How's the short game looking? Is it looking okay? Try a few different shots. Pick a target out there. Actually on the range, rather than just how good am I striking it, go, okay, I'm going to hit this yellow range ball to that bucket over there.
Yeah.
How close do you get to that?
Yeah.
If you're like miles away but you struck it perfectly, it's great for the strike, but it's irrelevant. It's like taking a little 5-yard pass to the striker, like hoof it 50 yards in the stands.
Yeah.
It's a great long kick, really impressive, but
Yeah.
the striker's there 5 yards over the open goal. Well, no point. So getting close to your target is the objective, not how well have I struck it. When you first start, just get a strike. But when you're in the ball bend now, which you certainly are, it's getting that control of that club and to get that ball to go near to where you want to go to, really. So
to get a bit of consistency as well.
exactly.
Like it's a decent one, but I can miss the ball the next one.
Exactly. The biggest thing you should have is still that drop, which I think is start eking its way out of the game because you don't need to. Now your posture's better and you can get your arms up and make a fuller swing. Hit the ground now is something you can do readily. But before you'd miss the ground because your arm was sort of up here because your posture was poor and then you had to kind of like throw yourself down. So, yeah. Okay, buddy?
Okay, cheers.
Good stuff.